Today on Fresh Vintage, we're going from this, and presto, just like that, we have the new taillight installed. No, it's not actually that easy, but we're going to show you every step of the way. We're going to pull a bunch of pieces apart here. It's actually a little bit more involved, but stick with us. We got you covered. We're going to show you the tools you need and how to actually get everything apart without breaking too many things, we hope. But join us as we dive in together right now. So getting started here, we're going to push the magic power liftgate button here and show you the tools you need to actually extricate that taillight, including our 60-volt chainsaw. Very, very important that you have a chainsaw so you can cut the taillight directly out of the car. I'm joking, of course, but what you'll actually need is a pry tool kit. We could try with a metal flat blade screwdriver, but we're probably going to scratch paint. So we're going to give these a whirl, and we have a Phillips, and we'll probably need a flat blade screwdriver at some point. I'm thinking it's an 8mm, or it might be a 10mm, but we have both here and a 3/8 ratchet and extension. Let me show you what we need to do here, because it's, come on over here, it's actually kind of a little bit of a process. And what I mean is that taillight is right here, but you can't get to the bolts because they're back under here. So this has to come off. To get to some of the other spots in here, this piece has to come off. But wait, there's more. In order to get, let me actually drop this down, in order to get this piece out, because there's two bolts, one here and I think one down here, this white piece has to come off, but you can't get that off because it's bolted in. There's actually pieces that need to come off up here. So you're essentially tearing this entire back hatch apart. It sounds ridiculous, but join us on this adventure, because we've seen several different areas that we have to be careful about prying things open, not breaking things. So to get started, I'm going to pop this back open and show you some of the initial things you have to pull off the hatch. So real quick, before we actually start taking this apart, just wanted to show you, what you're digging for is ultimately 1, 2, 3, 4 studs and these guide pins, or these posts, which if you flip it over, you think about it this way, this here and this here most likely are keeping you from just taking these apart, pulling this back plastic piece off and just boop, popping it right out. So we're going to start digging and removing things off of here to get to this so that we can actually get it off the car and get it swapped out. So you can see I already pulled this off of here, and what I wanted to mention is this is the actual line for the windshield washer fluid. So don't just go yanking this off of here, because you'll end up having to, you'll break that and have to replace it. But something else I wanted to shout out is I already used the pry tool to get some of these to pop free. Some of them it just came loose, but I had to go back. One of these already fell into the car, so I had to go grab that. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these just holding this piece on. And dare I say, this is definitely the lowest hanging fruit on this whole thing. But the good news is there's 2 of the bolts exposed already there. So we found 2 infinity stones, dare I say that. The next step is I want to take this off. I think I have to pull this handle, like the cover off this handle, to get this handle out of the way so I can pull this apart. This handle, again, using a little plastic tool here, because I'm trying not to tear up. I've torn up too many interiors using metal screwdrivers earlier in my life. But that just comes off, and so there's, I believe those are 10s, but I'm just going to use the Phillips and pop these off of here, and then from here work on pulling this entire plastic piece off. We did a little flex job here. We just pulled down to get that in there, and I'm going to do this real time. Hopefully nothing breaks, to be honest. Oh, that's promising, so let me do this. There we go. Keep in mind you have this to contend with. Don't go just yanking this off of here, you'll rip your wiring. But let me put this down here, and we'll do this real time. Let's see what happens. I don't know why that's beeping, but okay. Oh, the lock. Oh. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so this is real life, folks, and what just happened is I'm pretty sure it was simultaneously pressing the lock button and this. So as you take this apart, maybe either disconnect the battery. I personally won't want to do that, but it was pressing those buttons while I was popping this apart. So if the gate suddenly starts going down on you, just be forewarned, that's why. So a quick recap here. You can see we have it partially disassembled. You can also see these are hanging. And if you look down in here, the reason we had to do this is right here, there's another plastic clip holding the very upper edge of this whole back tailgate assembly, or plastic piece, and that's hidden behind these. So we just pop both of these. I'm going to cross my fingers that I don't break anything, and I'm going to be able to just pull on this. So I'm going to put my hand here. Well, that's promising. Let's see here. So I'm going to do this. There we go. And now those are still, what it's actually hanging on at this point are those two clips that we just mentioned. So it's not really a metal screw, it's a plastic screw, but that's what you had to unscrew over here and over there. And now this should, in theory, there's nothing back here. The plastic piece here needs to come out of the way. So in order to get this out of the way, I believe, I don't want to take it apart, but we may have to pull this piece out of the way and possibly the entire spoiler off the back hatch. So in our efforts to extricate this taillight, let me just come down here a little bit. We need to get this piece of plastic out of the way, and there's an 8mm, so we have an 8mm with a 1/4 inch. We did run in the house and grab, so here's our 8mm that we're gonna pull out of here. It's at this point in the video where if you're thinking to yourself, what did I get myself into and why didn't I just take this to the mechanic and let them deal with it? We don't blame you. This has been a little bit of an exploration, just trying to figure out, this is almost like a layered cake, so to speak. This piece over here, if you come over here and look, there's 3 10mm bolts, and they're 1, 2, 3 that are holding it on. To get that out, once you get that out, there's little clips down here. Then this side, it's funny, the other side, which we didn't actually need to take apart, but that came right apart. But this side, I had to put a lot of force on this. I thought I was going to break something or maybe break the glass. But these finally popped, and I'm going to carefully bring this whole thing down. You can see this is becoming a bit of a mess to bring up and down, but we now have this loose. And I will mention, I had to carefully, like, I'll do it live now to show you. I had to pick this up. I had to bend this more than I was comfortable with to get this out of the way. And you can hear things creaking, so definitely do that with a word of caution. But once we got here, there's another clip, and you'll have to come over here, you can see it. But it is back right here. It's kind of hard to see, but what we did is said, hey, the taillight's already junk, so we took our actual pry tool and we put it right in here. And once we did that, gave a little pressure, it just popped right loose. So I'm going to really hope that there's another one here that I can pop loose to get this out of the way enough. And then from there, we do have to think about, if you look back here, we do have to think about this. I gotta be honest, at this point in the video, I'll just be real for a minute. This is such a stupid design by Subaru. But this is also covering the other side of the taillight, so we have to work on getting this loose. I'm not sure if there's bolts or more plastic pieces, but because the taillight's already junk, we're going to probably wiggle the actual plastic toolkit in here and see if we can pop that free, and then take the nuts off of here, and hopefully soon we can get this taillight off of the tailgate. We have made some significant progress here at the expense of a little bit of damage to the plastic, unfortunately. So very much buyer beware, do this at your own risk. And what I mean is, we were able to put this in here, pop that, and so we said, oh, let's try a little bit more. And you can see right here, unfortunately, we did crack the plastic. I'm hoping once we put this back together, that will sort of disappear. Unfortunately, we've had a little bit of a permanent, I don't want to say permanent damage, but you can see the clips in here. There's a white clip there, and there was a white clip here. But let me grab the little piece of plastic. The little piece of plastic that holds that clip in place, the white clip's actually still in the tailgate, and this broke, like permanently broke. So the only way to really fix that is to replace this whole white plastic piece. The one access hole is right here for the nut/stud. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit to see it, but where Jay just stuck the camera into the tailgate is a really nice angle on it. And I think I'm on it. We'll find out in a second here. Maybe if we're lucky, the nut will fall down to the tailgate. Then we can deal with finding out for the next 15 minutes. Same deal. And I tell you what, Jay, pull back, show me. Like, you can actually see where I'm looking through this hole. This hole is perfect for this. So take a minute and look up in there before you do, because you can actually get a really good angle. We do have all the nuts off of this, and I just off camera I did this, and it popped. There sat, and so you have to be careful because you're still contending with this plastic. You could put something under here to try to get this up more. Obviously, right here, this you can see this is broken, but we don't want to break this plastic anymore. But I'm going to try to wiggle this up a little bit more. Now, this entire time, we have not disconnected the wiring for this taillight at all. Let's take a minute and do that, and then see if I can't get this to pop loose a little bit more. We finally have this extricated. It's not completely off the car, but I wanted to shout out this pin on the replacement one is metal, but if you flip it over and you think about it like this, Then you come over here to the side of the car, you can see that pin, and the factory one is plastic right there. But that's what was holding it, and I took this little, again, for the millionth time in this video, if you don't have one of these pry kits, you could get a pry bar in there, but this worked really, really well. We just boop it up, popped right off the body. Now this whole thing is loose, and we also disconnected the wiring here. That's like a 2-second job, but I'm not doing this for the YouTube video. Like, I am genuinely struggling because you can see the plastic crack. So buyer beware. If you're going to do this on your own car, we just broke the plastic on this. Not very happy about that, but we're trying to do this and not pay the shop to do it. And you also have to keep in mind your wiring is still in the tailgate. So that just helps. So I had to get this up above this, and I wonder if I can rotate. Yeah, that's what you're fighting. If you look under here, what you're really trying to fight at this point is getting that entire wiring kit to come up through the hole in the metal of the tailgate. So there we go. Just thinking about this before I put it in. I'm gonna put this in first, and if I remember correctly, I kind of had to slide this down in because you're contending with getting this in there. And then I'm probably gonna have to lift this up way more than I'm comfortable with. I'm really hoping I do not break anything else. The challenge.
Take the bulb out.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. So Jay just had a great suggestion. Just give yourself that extra space. Just be a little extra careful. And this right here just slid right underneath the plastic, so that kind of fell into place, thankfully. And everything just kind of popped into place now. I am going to, if you come over here and look, that pin right there, it's kind of hard to see, but that pin is in place, so I'm just going to try and give it a little push. I'm going to do this. It is a new taillight, so I don't want to be too aggressive with it, but there we go. I'm trying to get it to pop. That's all the further it's going in. Wanted to shout out, as we're putting this back together, those 3 pins, those plastic pins that are in there, I kind of had to pick this up a little bit and then twist it that way because this back one wasn't in, but as soon as that one would pop, 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 they all popped right down in there. So quick recap, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. I don't know the torque specs. I just tightened them down. This guy here, 8 millimeter. Don't forget about that one because that holds that plastic piece. And we also tightened these down earlier in the video. But at the very, very beginning of the video off camera, a few of these flew off of here. So I went and chased them down and I put them all back in. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you took the other side apart, you actually didn't have to. For the passenger side tail light, you don't need to do that side. But if you took them apart, just make sure as you carefully work this back on here that those line up. Before you put this plastic panel on, make sure you click this and make sure it's functioning because you don't have to rip this all back off. Just wanted to shout out, make sure you count all 10,000 of these little plastic clippy things. I'm joking. There's actually 14 of them if I counted correctly. So we're going to pop this on here. And just to start with, we want to get this up here. And I think what I'm going to do is click a few of these in and then get these holes lined up to put our plastic screws back in place. Don't forget the 2, I believe they're 10 millimeter, but they do have a Phillips in here. So I just grabbed the Phillips. And these are important. You probably saw it in the video, but there's a piece of metal, like an actual structural metal. It's not just a plastic handle you're grabbing on. There's actually metal that's welded to the tailgate here. So make sure you get them in. I have no idea what the torque spec is, but they're tight. I'm happy. There we go. And pop this back in place. Your little, I was going to say your little thingy goes over here, but there's actually one on both sides. I'm just going to pop that in place. And just like that, honestly, how much, Jay, how much do you think we saved doing this versus taking it somewhere? Yeah. I mean, if you say take it to Subaru, just as an example, that taillight's probably at least $150, $200. This labor, there's easily an hour, probably more like 90 minutes, and some shops would charge you 2 hours. It was a bit of a pain, but I mean, the finished product, that looked really, really good, especially for being an aftermarket light from eBay. You get mostly good lights from eBay, but we'll leave a link for this actual light in this video's description. Just scroll down, you can take a look at it. But with that, we appreciate you watching. You have fixed your own car, just some cautionary tale stuff. I just looked now, so you see, you DIY'd it, so you also DIY'd that. So we got to figure out that part, but this side looks fine. And everything else should work. We'll test everything to be sure, but your reverse light should work, and you saved yourself a fair bit of money. Like I said, just a cautionary tale. We did crack that, But there's some other stuff going on with this piece that if this tail light ever were to come out, get broken and need replaced, we would probably just replace this whole plastic piece anyway. So DIY it yourself, save some money. And now that you've fixed your own car and you have your reverse light working, you too can be a certified fresh vintage mechanic. We appreciate you watching. And if you want to see some diagnostic tools where we use and actually figure out why the check engine light came on in a car here, check out our other channel, Fresh Vintage Garage. With that, we appreciate you watching. If you like classic cars, if you like muscle cars, if you like keeping your cars certified fresh and on the road, Fresh Vintage, your channel, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.